have my protege here helping me out starting up the videos. You guys, welcome to Rising Vibration. I'm Inga. I just started this channel today, basically, even though I thought about it for quite a bit of time. I wanted to start in December, but I had laryngitis, so I had to put it on hold until my voice started to work its way back into existence. This reading will be for Scorpio for the week of January 14, 2018. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2018. I hope it's cracking up to be all that you hoped it would be in the first 2 weeks. It's meeting some of your expectations. So for Scorpio, stick with the program. Stick with the tried and true. We had 2 cards jump. I'm going to put these back in. We have the Emperor and we have the 5 of Cups. Yeah. I think that's sticking with formality, sticking with the tried and true. Letting things go. Working your process, sticking with your process, adhering to your principles on how you manage letting things go. You know what works for you. The first part of the reading will be focused on the general energies for the first 2 or 3 weeks of January. And I say first 2 or 3 weeks because it's for the week of January 14, 2018. But these energies are fluid. So some things may have already occurred, and some things might yet occur. Let's put it like that. The second part will focus on relationships or desire for relationships. That's the bell outside, the church bell, if you hear that. So let's go ahead and jump into this, guys. See what we are. Scorpio for the week of January 14, 2018. So we're jumping off with sticking with tradition. Now, I think a lot of people don't see Scorpio as the most traditional sign, but I think there's a lot of tradition to the methodologies and the thinking patterns for Scorpio. At least now there is. Maybe trying to stick to some conventional way of doing things. Scorpio had a really hard time with Saturn, which was inherited by Sagittarius, and maybe they've had to learn some lessons associated with being a bit more traditional. Next up is 4 Cups, 7 of Cups. Yeah, and I'm getting this again. Stick with what you know. Stick with the tried and true. There might be some confusion around what you should do, what should be your next step. Probably having a lot of changes that you had to make in the past 4 to 5 years. Things coming to a head more so in the past 2 years. Now in the aftermath, trying to pick up the pieces, and in that you're realizing, okay, yeah, maybe I do have to stick with the tried and true. The things that I tried before didn't necessarily work. The deviations that I made before probably didn't go the way I expected them to. So now I'm going to try to be a little bit more practical about how I'm doing things. Yeah, at least for the beginning part of the year. Trying to take care of unfinished business, trying to close out unfinished aspects to projects, to plans. We have the 9 of Clubs. We have the 2 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. And in the general energy, we have the 2 of Wands. So we have 2 twos. There's this aspect of closing doors, making final decisions, an aspect of being stuck, being locked down, not really knowing which way to go, not really being motivated to find a way to go. And then kind of coming out of that and realizing, okay, yeah, I do have options. I'm going to try to figure out which ones I should exercise, and I will exercise those options. Now this is supposed to be less about emotions and love and more about the general energies and atmospheres. But for me, it's about consolidation of your plans, consolidation of your goals, deciding what is your ultimate goal, deciding what is your ultimate plan, and consolidating those, consolidating it, consolidation, consolidation. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get to the next part of the reading. Hi guys, welcome back to the second part of your reading, which will be focused on love relationships, or the desire for a love relationship in the week of January 14, 2018 for the sign of Scorpio. So the first part of the reading was focused on sticking with the tried and true and consolidation of plans and desires, formulation and consolidation of plans and desires, and making final decisions about which way you plan to go. And the second part of the reading will focus on love and relationships. So let's just jump right into this. Sorry for the video cuts, but this is going to be a bit of a learning process for me. I'm not so familiar with technology, but I'm getting there. With the help of my sassy daughter, who seems to be a whiz at all these things. So, wow. Yeah, the same card's coming back again, guys. Okay, wow. Very interesting. Wow. So from the first reading that we just did, in the second one we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards out of 9 cards that are the same cards that you had for the first part of the reading. So at least we're consistent here. So again, knowing what you want and knowing what you don't want. Making it very clear to yourself what you plan to put up with and what you plan to not put up with, basically. Knowing what you're going to juggle, knowing what you're going to make sacrifices for, knowing what you're going to hold of value and what's not of value to you, and consolidating those things. Consolidating it. Consolidating also conceptual ideals, consolidating emotions. Becoming very clear to yourself what your boundaries are, what your desires are, what you're going to put up with and what you're not going to put up with. Sorry for the typing, guys, but my assistant is working on some things over there that I hope she's going to cool down on, because the clicking is a bit distracting, so sorry for that. Yeah, knowing what you're going to fight about and knowing what you're going to be silent about. You don't have to win every battle. You don't have to win every fight. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. This is a lesson that we all have learned in life at a very early age, but we have to keep reminding ourselves, because it reappears in different ways and different forms over time. So you might not recognize it as it comes back to you. But it's also about giving up on things, letting some things go, and finding and realizing what's the most important thing and the most important aspect of value to it, and moving forward with that. Yeah, holding on to what's of value, getting rid of things that are unnecessary, that are not of value to you anymore. So in terms of a relationship, bringing this back to the point, maybe you are alone right now, but you're quite okay with that for the moment, because this has been a type of a rebirth for you in terms of rediscovering who you are and what you want to achieve in 2018, what you're willing to fight for, what you're willing to put that time and energy and struggle into, blood, sweat, and tears, in terms of relationships as well. Yeah. So basically, that's what I have for Scorpio for the week of January 14, 2018. You guys stick with me because it's going to take me a minute to get through the process of learning how to run these videos. I've had quite a bit of a difficult time with that today. Try to keep in mind that this is a time of consolidation of plans for you guys, taking what's the most important, and I think what is most important to you and what will bring you the most abundance and value in terms of your relationship in general. And I'm going to bridge this because we had a lot of the same cards replicating, will become very apparent to you. And these are things that you will be able to achieve, grab onto, and hold, and cultivate, and grow, and they will flourish. Yeah. It's been a time of loss, but the time of loss is over. Yeah, it's been a time of struggle, but the times of struggle have ended. You're feeling the final aspects of this. I think maybe you are reminiscing over the events of the past 4 or 5 years and realizing that you did lose a lot, but you also gained a better perspective of what's of value to you. And I think that's where we are for Scorpio for the first week. I'm sorry, not for the first week, but for the week of January 14, 2018. Hey, thanks a lot, guys, for joining me. And I'll see you soon. Happy New Year.